Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're taking a look at Rakdos Scam in Thomas format. So we're going to be trying out another deck with the Broadside Bombardiers, and I think this card is a pretty decent addition in a scam list, especially because you can post-combat Grief and Fury to deal a bunch of damage by sacrificing these cards, because if you sacrifice Fury, that's 7 damage. If you sacrifice Grief, that's 6 damage. It is a lot of damage, and to pair up with Broadside Bombardiers, we're also going to be playing Fable and the Ragavan as well, so that they can generate tokens that you can sacrifice to the Bombardiers, and at the same time, the Chrome Mox finally becomes a little bit useful. And same goes for the Orcish Bowmaster. The Orcish Bowmaster leaves 2 bodies onto the battlefield so that you can also sacrifice them to the Bombardier as well. And lastly, we have Emperor Bones that can get back Grief, Fury, Troll of Khazad-dûm, or even Broadside Bombardier to deal a lot of damage, because the Bombardier can sacrifice the creatures that you reanimated with Emperor Bones at the end of the turn. So it should be a lot of fun. I think a lot of the times scam decks have a little bit of a difficulty actually closing out the game fast enough after you scam them. But if you pair it up with things like Broadside Bombardier, that problem might be solved. So hence that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas Weasel 3 to show you guys what it does. So let's hop on over. Alright. That's a mulligan. That is a keep. It's a bit greedy. Let's see. A Blood Moon. And a Pyrogoyf. Well, let's get rid of an Unholy Heat. By the way, the only reason I actually bottomed the Bloodstained Mire is because I thought I was going to be losing too much life, because I have an Ancient Tomb. But thinking about it, it's probably correct to actually keep this, because I only lose 1 more life, because I would probably like surveil into this, right? Oh my god. What a find. Dark Ritual was a pretty bad draw there. Bowmaster is a pretty nice draw, actually. So I could play this now. And then kill this. It's a Stifle? Ooh, okay. I guess I'm not killing the thing. The opponent's also like drawing pretty well right now. They're getting their land drops. Very nice. They got their land drops. Alright, we are gonna need some lands here. Okay, we finally see a chain lightning action. Why did they attack me, by the way? Now they deal less damage. Potentially. Hmm. Alright, we need to land here. We need to land. Ooh, very nice. So... I mean, I don't have to throw this, right? Because they could draw into a blocker like Hydroponics Architect. I have another Broadside Bombardier coming out. Hmm. So we need to draw into Troll, huh? I'll take the hit. That is very nice. Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster Mage.
Fascinating story.
Ooh, that is a very nice one. Oh man. My opponent had everything. Wow. I mean, to be fair, they drew a lot more than me, so there is that, but it's a bit rough, isn't it? No. I mean, technically, this isn't too bad because I can go Orcish Bullmaster, right? Man, why do I have to be exactly 3? If I had 4 life, we might have been able to get the Aragorn back. Hmm. Do I sacrifice here? The thing is, I have to chump block, right? So if they draw into a removal spell that isn't a lightning bolt, we're in deep trouble. Oh man, this is close. What a close game. No. No. Well, last turn anyways. Am I right? Oh my god. I cannot believe I won. How did we win that? That is insane. Like, I kid you not. I thought we lost 100%. We somehow got through it. That is insane. So we gotta cut 2 cards. I think the most obvious one is probably Fury, but just as a one of it, it's not bad. Yeah, maybe Fury's coming out. Opponent's Stifle actually makes my Fable really bad, by the way. I'm gonna go down on a copy of Emperor, because like I said, they have a Stifle. Oh. Turn 1 Ancient Tomb Troll? I think we can kinda maybe work with this one. So we'll Grief. We're not gonna be able to reanimate on turn 1. But... oh, come on. Oh, it's a flare. How did my Grief just do a 2-for-1 there? I should get a Swamp, right? Yeah, I should get a Swamp. Hmm. Now I regret it. Now I regret it. I thought, for some reason, in my head, it would be smarter to get a Swamp because opponent had a bunch of Blood Moons. And I only had one red card in my hand, and it was like a Grief Reanimate. Right? But then after drawing the Fable... oh. Lovely. Please kill my Ancient Tomb. You... oh, never punished. Never have I ever been punished. Isn't that right? I will go Fable. Um, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I want to actually play both of them here, I do need to keep this hand, but at the same time, I think getting these all out is a scam right now. Let's see what they have. Okay. I've been fooled. Three. I can't technically play both of them next turn, but I think it's fine. Taking a bit too much damage though. We are at 5 against a deck that has a bunch of lightning bolts. Damio.
This is an interesting story.
Alright. Watch me just get lightning bolt here. That'd be funny. I mean, I killed myself, by the way. Opponent did 0 damage. A flare of denial. Hmm. So they're gonna get back a pyroclasm? No? Oh, it's a treasure cruise. Wait a minute. Oh, they're... Oh, I see. They don't have a Mystic Sanctuary because they're playing... Yeah, they had strip mines in game 1. Makes sense. We could die here, by the way. We could die here. We could still die here. Play Blood Moon. Oh boy. No. Don't kill me. Wait. Wait, opponent. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something a little bit different happened there that shouldn't have happened, but uh but I'll take it. Definitely not a deserving victory there. But yeah. Well, well, well. That is triple Ancient Tomb. I feel like this hand doesn't get anything done, in my opinion. I feel like this hand is kind of meh as well, but I'll keep it.
Is there a deeper meaning to this passage?
I think the best card to top deck here is a Grief. You're gonna attack. Interesting. Seems like they do have something here. So I can pre-play this, right? Or I can wait until they draw. But the problem with me not playing the Orcish Bowmaster is they might have more, you know, counter spells. That's the thing. Oh wow. They just let it rip. I'm actually kind of surprised.
I will protect this library with my life. Use your words.
Seems like a Kappa Cannoneer is about to come out next turn, right? Okay. Never mind. That is not gonna come out next turn. Uh... Man, it kind of sucks that I can't really take advantage of a Bombardier here. But... what can you do? I actually almost made a mistake there, right?
I wanted to trust you.
It's a Goblin Bombardier or Fable. I think I'll play the Fable. Okay, good card.
Think before
I
you
guess I
act.
should have played the Bombardier. Right. The word one is also kind of annoying, isn't it? Interesting. Now I can technically... so I can look for a land or I just kill it, right? I think we just kill it. It's unfortunate, but it has to be done. It was that or like... I mean, I had a lot of bouts there, right? I could have gotten Dark Ritual, a Fury, a land.
You're so disruptive.
You know? I had a lot of bouts.
But I thought knowledge was power.
Ooh. Does that do anything? Oh, we can get our Chrome Mox back. Kinda cool. So opponent has to, so opponent kind of forced to draw. Like, I wouldn't say it's like over yet though. They're still kind of healthy. If they can get rid of this Orc Army token, they're like still good. Alright. Apparently Orcish Bullmaster, the best card versus them. Island. Oh, we have a copy of a Meltdown. Yeah, I was actually contemplating between a copy of a Meltdown and a Fire Magic, by the way. So I'm actually kind of glad. Let's actually go down on like maybe 2 Ragavans? I'm thinking 2 Ragavans and Emperor Bones. Okay. Not bad. Mishra's Bubble. Into Emery. Okay. If they milled the Cavacannoneer, I think we would have just won the game there. Yeah. Alright, so let's get an attack off. Wow. Talk about luck. Let's Dark Ritual. Let's grab that. How come the Descent is not online, by the way? Is token not a permanent? I thought that worked, but it doesn't. Interesting. That's why I, pre-Dark Ritual too. That's kind of interesting. Am I reading this wrong? You descend each time a permanent card is put into your graveyard from anywhere. I thought a token ends up in the graveyard. Does it not? Or maybe it's like a special case for a treasure token. Maybe. Maybe we're gonna lose this one. Kappa Cannoneer has already arrived. Okay, maybe not. Seems like the difference between having Orcish Bowmaster and not having an Orcish Bowmaster is actually making a big difference here. Right? To be fair, this game we didn't have much interaction. So there was that. We did have that. The problem is opponent does have a Tormod script, by the way. Am I gonna live against a Kappa Cannoneer though? I don't know. I mean, let's give it a shot. Not much I can do, right? Right? Not much I can do. And who knows, like, you know, we might get an Orcish Bowmaster. Oh, they're gonna block. Okay. Kappa Cannoneer. Oh, I think we're dead. They had the emissary. Oh yeah, we are 100% dead. They need one more? No, they got it. So, what did we learn? Always have Orcish Bowmaster? Got it? Very interesting hand. This hand is a little bit weak to... Let's try it. Let's actually try it. It's a very interesting hand, actually. The Meltdown is getting rid of our own Troldo? What are we getting rid of? Is it a Bombardier? Maybe it's a Bombardier here.
Curious. I must investigate this scroll further.
So we got another land. I could wait on the Fury for next turn. And then just hardcast it with the Dark Ritual. If I was gonna do that, I should have just played a Blood Crypt there. So that's a mistake. Bobble. Emery. I can't kill both of them. I cannot kill both of them. Probably Emery is better to kill. So cracking this is a good sign because then maybe they don't have you know, Kappa Cannoneer. The Meltdown might come out here, by the way. Interesting. What are they doing? A sink. They cracked it again. I will wait on the Fury. A Grave? I think I'm gonna say no to that. Was it greedy not using the Fury there? Seems like they're desperately looking for a land though. Let me just think about this. So I broadside Bombardier, kill the Emery, and then Meltdown, get rid of their artifacts. That seems pretty good. I guess I get the Fury because now I can evoke. Maybe I should have just Furied. I'm getting a little bit greedy here. Yeah, we're saving the Fury here because next turn we get to deal a lot of damage with the Fury, right? With the Bombardier. Pass. Yuck. Yuck. Never mind. Never mind. I'll take it. Show and tell. It's actually not over yet because opponent does have a double ancient tomb. If I get a dark ritual next turn, maybe I'll be able to kill them fast enough, but ooh, they also topped it. Wow, okay. I mean, fair because I did also top deck. But double show and tell gone, so it would be very lucky for them to have another show and tell on, you know, their top. Oh, this is a sneak attack. Interesting. So they're playing Waterlock Teaching, by the way. Ha, that's kind of unlucky. That's pretty unlucky, right? That's pretty unlucky. Oh, man. What a... Wow. That is... very unlucky. What happened there? I guess we just have to go fast, right? 3 show and tells and a sneak attack. They were just all stacked on top. That was crazy. Oh, we can like Emperor Bones kill them with the Ulam Emrakul. Oh no, that doesn't work because Emrakul cannot end up in the graveyard. Right. Do I like this hand? I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure. All right. Let's call sneak attack. I guess I kind of have to grieve here. Veil of Summer, sure. Bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh man. So maybe I'm supposed to call Show and Tell in this matchup? I'm not really sure. Ooh, okay. I feel like I need to actually grieve here. Right? So that I can protect my Baragoyf. Well, that's really bad. They have a strip mine. They have a strip mine. Well, at least we have a Baragoyf. That's really nice. Wow. Very nice top deck. So, what do I do? What do I do? They're going to play Strip Mine into Death Shadow, probably, right? How do we win this? I mean, I guess we just have to draw a land, right? We just gotta draw a land. Easy. The Mere Death Shadow. Wow, we actually got a land. I'm actually kind of impressed. Do we mill? The thing is, our land count in the deck is kind of low. We just drew a land. I think I'm gonna try going for it. Wow, you see that? Oh my god, that is incredible. I was like, we just drew a land. There's no way our top 5 is gonna have a land. And I was right. Do I play this Ragavan? I think I do. Alright, they're looking for maybe a fatal push here. Into a grief. Maybe they're looking for a target to reanimate. Like a fellow Baragoyf. I only played 3 copies of it, so... And we still haven't seen another copy. So it's in my bottom 42. That shadow, there you go. Well, well, well. I like where this is going. So we're gonna get a troll, right? And then we win next turn. Get a taste of their own medicine. Alright. I think that's it. I think we got them. Unless it's like a removal spell, right? They remove the troll. Block. A block. Block. And then Ragavan gets in there. I think that's still pretty bad for them because next turn we have a broadside Bombardier they have to deal with. Alright, so we are playing against a Death Shadow deck. Hearse. Surgical. That's about it. -2 Fury. I'm gonna go down on Furies. Right, sure. Okay, Grief comes out. So what do you take out? A Fable? Good choice. Alright, Baragoyf coming out next turn. Do they play Stifle? If they do, that would be a little bit problematic. Wait, if they have... Do they have a Brainstorm? If they have a Brainstorm... Am I supposed to keep this? Ah, whatever, just play your Brainstorm. Play your Brainstorm. Do you think I should just Surgical, Oh, that's a good target to Surgical, maybe? Yeah. They really don't have anything. So what should I do? Should I surgical? See what they have? It is such a bad... Like, I hate doing this, but... I think because we are such a low land count deck, maybe I have to do it. So we're gonna do it on opponent's turn. Despite opponent could have, like, a counter spell, but... I'd rather them counter this than something else, I guess. Oh, they actually play Stifle, by the way. Oh my god. Alright. Stifle Gamer. They play a Dismember. Okay, we see a Brainstorm, so... That's good. Alright, so we're gonna need to find a Grief here with this Barragoyf. I should have played this land, by the way. And that is the reason why we didn't find one. Literally yikes. Okay, it didn't matter. It did not matter. So they're gonna Brainstorm here. Very good draw. But opponent's really not in a good spot. We have double Bombardier. They have a fetch land and they just use the Thoughtseize. Like, it cannot get any worse. They're dead. Bombardier. Alright, we played 5 games with the deck. We went 4-1. We lost to the Show and Tell Sneak Attack deck that literally had the nuts. 3 Show and Tell happened to be in their top 10 cards. Something like that. So we lost the game 1 despite the double Grief, getting rid of opponent's double Show and Tell. And then in game 2, had I just called Show and Tell with the Flute instead of a Sneak Attack, maybe I could have won. But that's the thing about opponent's deck, is like, if you call Sneak Attack, they're gonna Show and Tell, and then you get rid of Show and Tell, they Sneak Attack, right? So maybe if that deck becomes popular, for example, maybe instead of Molten Collapse, what we're supposed to play is actually Sheoldred's Edict, so that doesn't happen. Yeah, some Edict effects in the sideboard could be very useful instead of this Molten Collapse. Obviously, the Molten Collapse is a lot better as a card overall, but if opponents playing things like that, well, you're gonna need a Sheoldred's Edict. Outside of that, the deck was pretty good. I think every card showed up, right? We played Grief, we Reanimated, we Dark Ritualed, we Ragvand, Chrome Mox came out, Emperor Bones attacking with a Troll, Fury came out multiple times with the Bombardier, dealing 7 damage. We also got to Barragoyf. Barragoyf did a lot of work as well, and we even got the Molten Collapse. By the way, Why doesn't the descend work with the token? Descend each time a permanent card is put into the graveyard from anywhere. Isn't a token a permanent card? I'm so confused. And I thought the tokens always go to the graveyard, they just disappear. So looking at the rule, tokens do go to the graveyard when they die, but they only exist there momentarily to trigger abilities, as they cease to exist immediately afterward when the game checks for state-based action. Tokens are not cards and cannot be targeted. So why didn't it work when I cracked the treasure token? I'm so confused. You descend each time a permanent card is put into the graveyard from anywhere. Actually, hold on. I think it's because it says permanent card, and treasure is indeed a permanent, but it's not a permanent card. Wow. That is very specific. That is kind of crazy, but it does make sense. So yeah, if you're playing with this card, just make sure that you don't make that mistake that I did with the Fable or the Ragavan token. So yeah, I think the deck was actually pretty good. We're not even playing Fatal Push, but you know, just playing Fury and Molten Collapse and Bombardier, right? These are our removal spells. I mean, same with the Orcish Master, but it has to be one toughness. In the sideboard against creature decks, bring in some fire magics. Although the fire magic actually does hit our own creatures, which is kind of a shame. I think it's still pretty good. But yeah, if like I said, if that deck becomes a lot popular, the show and tell plus sneak attack, like especially starting September 23rd, right? Because the anthology officially releases there, so everybody's gonna be able to buy the anthology instead of wasting $10 every time you wanna spend 4 wild cards. Yeah, the conversion rate wild cards to, you know, currency is very, very bad. Like, unless you have infinite wild cards running around, definitely I don't suggest crafting it, like especially if you know, value those wild cards. But yeah, the deck was pretty good, and I think there's something here. There's something here. So yeah, that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.